Hare Krishna. So today, by the mercy of Narasimhadeva, we will discuss how he appeared. So Lord Narasimhadeva, the half man, half lion. So when we proceed, we go to Vaikuntha, where the four Kumaras, the four great sages, the sons of Lord Brahma, they had arrived to see Vishnu. And now they are four children, and they're only of like 5 or 6 years old. Not only that, they are not wearing any clothes. So then Jai and Vijay, they said to them, you're not sophisticated. You can't enter Vaikuntha. I mean, at least go and wear some clothes and come back. And now, the four Kumaras, hearing this, they got super angry. The four Kumaras cursed them. You two foolish doorkeepers, you can take your birth in the family of the most sinful asuras. After 3 births as demons, you will be able to return into your positions in Vaikuntha. For the duration of the curse will have ended, and then the 2 demons, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, appeared. Now if you look, in half of this particular curse, they say you have to take births as demons in the family of most sinful asuras. But then they thought, they're the doorkeepers of Vishnu and we curse them like this? What can we do now? So then the 4 Kumaras, they said, okay, 3 births, then you can come back to your positions. And then Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha started terrorizing the universe. Then Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev. Varahadev, he took the earth and then he put it in the water, and how Varahadev saved the earth from the water. That's a wonderful story, but we shall save that for another video. So after Varahadev, he had recovered the earth from the Garbhodaka ocean, he killed Hiranyaksha. And it was a terrible battle, and Varahadev finally won. Then what happened? Then now, Hiranyakashipu, he is distressed and super angry at the killing of his brother. So he decided, I'm going to do tapasya to please Lord Brahma, and I'll become immortal. No one can kill me. And I shall kill that Vishnu who dared to kill my brother. I shall destroy him at once. And Brahma, when Hiranyakashipu asked, can I be immortal? Brahma said, I can't give you this boon because I even have to die. So then Hiranyakashipu thought he would be a little bit sneaky and ask immortality, but in a diplomatic way. And this is what he thought immortality was. He asked, I don't want to be killed, inside or outside. Brahma said, okay. I don't want to be killed in the day or the night. Okay. Brahma said. Then he said, I will not be killed with or without a weapon. Brahma said, okay. I won't be killed by a beast or a human, a demigod or demon. Brahma said, okay. And I won't be killed in the sky, land, air, or water. Brahma said, okay. And he said, Brahma, you realize you've actually made me immortal. You actually made me immortal. Brahma, he said, he just looked at Hiranyakashipu's foolishness and went. Then, let's look at Hiranyakashipu's history. So Hiranyakashipu, he has terrorized the demigods in Swargaloka, and he has took away their kingdom, and he has also tortured all the entities on earth. and he ruled, causing everyone to fear. Like everyone was fearing him, like no one would try to take revenge, because if they tried to, they would straight be done by Hiranyakashipu. He was a very tyrannical demon. So then, the demigods, they prayed to Vishnu, and then in response to the demigods' appeal, then the Supreme Lord promised to descend and kill Hiranyakashipu. And then they said, when? We're waiting for this moment when this demon Hiranyakashipu will be killed. He said, when he tries to kill his devotee son Prahlad, at that time I will appear. And now the demigods, they took this reassurance and went back to their abodes. So, while Hiranyakashipu was doing tapasya, Indra kidnapped Kayadu for the purpose of killing the baby inside. Now Kayadu was pregnant at that point. So he wanted to kill the baby inside, thinking he's going to be another demon like Hiranyakashipu. So while he was taking Kayadu, Narada came in and stopped them. He said, wait, this sin doesn't suit you. And do you know? Her son is not going to be a demon. In fact, he's going to be a great devotee. And then he took Kayadu and Prahlad, saved both of them. And he used to speak Harikatha. And because that Harikatha which he spoke, Prahlad in the womb listened to every single word as if they were nectar. Then Hiranyakashipu was very happy on seeing his son. Because when he came back, just then Kayadu was going to give birth. So then he gave birth in the presence of Hiranyakashipu, and he was very happy to see his son. And when he got a little bit older, he thought, I need to give Prahlad some good education. So what did he do? He sent him to Santa and Amarka's Guru. Santa and Amarka's Gurukul. And Santa and Amarka are the two sons of Shukracharya, the ultimate guru of the demons. And then where Prahlad, in breaks, he did not play, but he taught all his friends to chant and dance. And as you can see, all these friends are chanting and dancing. And while he was speaking Harikatha, all the friends were listening with rapt attention. But of course, like this one sitting right here on the bottom left corner, he's looking back. Did they come? Did they come? Because they knew that this was the opposite of what they were learning. But of course, they liked Krishna consciousness much better. And then Hiranyakashipu, he was really awaiting Prahlad. And when Prahlad was caught by the teacher, Santa and Amarka beat him and punished him, and Prahlad, he was still adamant, but he did not bring up so much Harikatha anymore. He, of course, was secretly teaching his friends. And then when they thought he was expert, he sent him to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, his wish was fulfilled. He could see Prahlad after a long time. So then he said, so what's the most important thing you learned from school, oh dear Prahlad? And Prahlad, he spoke the following words. And this is the famous verse of the 9 processes of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Shravanam means hearing, Kirtanam means chanting, remembering Krishna, Padasevanam means praying to his lotus feet, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, like worshipping, praying to him, serving him, Sakhyam, being his friends, and Atmanivedanam, to offer everything to him. So, I mean, this was too much for Hiranyakashipu. And when he heard these words, Hiranyakashipu immediately threw Prahlad off his lap, and he ordered him to be killed. He said, "This is not my son. Kill him Because he is my enemy, chanting the names of my greatest enemy, Vishnu, he has become one of another enemy. And then they tried and tried so many ways to kill Prahlad, but they were unsuccessful. They tried trampling him with elephants, piercing him with weapons, putting him in a pit of snakes, throwing him off a cliff, and even putting him in fire and boiling oil, but none worked. Finally, Hiranyakashipu, he confronted Prahlad himself. He said, "Where do you get this power from to disobey me? I who am supreme?" Prahlad said, "The place I get this power is the same place you get this power." Then he's enraged. "So, your God is so great?" He said, "Yes, he's all pervasive." "So, if he's all pervasive, then is he in that pillar?" Prahlad said, "What doubt is there? He's of course in that pillar." Then Hiranyakashipu, he struck the pillar and out came Narasimhadeva. With his 20 hands and his sharp teeth, his roaring was like thunderbolts and lightning. Hiranyakashipu, he was taken aback. "What? Prahlad?" He really didn't understand. Prahlad's here, then Narasimhadev's here, like Narasimhadev like does half man, half fly. What? Hiranyakashipu was confused, but he thought he could easily defeat Narasimhadev. And then a great battle ensued, and finally Narasimhadev, in twilight, ripped Hiranyakashipu apart. He drank his blood and he put his intestines on as a garland. Hiranyakashipu had lost. Narasimhadev won. And then Narasimhadev, his anger was not satisfied, so he killed all the other demons and he still could not quench his anger. Now, the demigods need to do something because Narasimhadev's anger, can destroy the entire universe. So, they're in a catastrophe. So what did they want to do? They went to Lord Brahma and they tried to say some prayers, and Narasimhadev, he was roaring louder and louder, and they ran away. They said, Brahma, you personally go. You just like you were the one who gave the boon to Hiranyakashipu, and that's why Narasimhadev was like, you go. And Brahma said, no. Shiva, I have 4 heads, I have 4 brains, but Shiva, he has 5 heads, he has 5 brains. Employ him. Shiva said, you can do my son, he has 6 heads, 6 brains, like he can do something. And then they even went to Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi said, no. I married him thinking he would be very peaceful, and he has changed so much from his marriage. Never. And then Brahma, now he's in a big catastrophe, and he does not know what to do. Suddenly, an idea came to him. Prahlad! He is the one Narasimhadeva appeared for. To make his words true, to make Prahlad's words true. That's the only reason why Narasimhadeva appeared. So then Prahlad, he went, and then he offered wonderful prayers, and one of the famous prayers are Manye Dhanambi Jana Rupa Tapa Shutejas Teja Prabhava Parabho Balapurusha Buddhi Yoga Naradhanaya Hi Bhavanti Parasya Pumso Bhaktya Tutushta Bhagavan Gajayutapaya. So Prahlad Maharaj, he's continuing his prayers and he's saying, one way possess wealth, aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, lustre, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, mystic powers, mystic yogic power. But I think by all of these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Simply not. However, one can only satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this in the same way, and the Lord was satisfied with him. And in this way, Prahlad offered many wonderful prayers and won Narasimhadeva's heart. And when Narasimhadeva asked, Prahlad asked something. He did not ask anything of his own sense gratification. He said his own pleasure. He said, deliver my father from his grievous sins. By the way, a few hours ago his father was just trying to kill him. And then to give the opportunity to always serve Narasimhadeva's lotus feet. He always wanted to serve the Lord's lotus feet. Narasimhadev, he granted those. But he was not satisfied. No, this will not happen. Uh, he was not satisfied. I want to give you more. So he gave 2 boons from his side. Not to kill anyone from Prahlad's upcoming dynasty, and to be soon part of Prahlad's family. Prahlad was so happy being in the presence of his Lord, and both of them had a wonderful embrace and loving exchanges. And Narasimhadev asked Prahlad, "You don't fear me, oh my dear one?" Prahlad said, "What is there to fear from you? The lion scares the deer, but not its own cub." Thank you. Hare Krishna.